Not an amazing play by any means, but I'll always try my best. It's always fair to ask the same in return for iron stuff. I mean, you've done PAS. I think you're, a good player. I say anybody who's like done high savages, or who's like progressing high savages, is a good player in their own right. Like, you don't get many people who are, at least from my experience, you don't get many people who like legitimately pay for boosts in this game. Man, we cleared it months later. Time doesn't matter. I mean, okay, with the exception of Echo, time doesn't matter. If you've managed to successfully kill the boss, and like, you've done enough damage to clear the damage check for that boss on Savage, right? I.e., you killed it before Enrage happened, and you've done the mechanics right, then you're a good player in my book. Because I guarantee you, like, I generally think only about like 15% of the player base even attempts Savage. And then I'd say only about 5% actually clears Savage. And then the rest are casual. I know I'm pulling those numbers out of my ass, but like, I feel that that's like the right amount of number. Not in a derogatory sense, but one player out of the 8 is relatively going to be the worst one. Right, but I'm not comparing like each player to another player within their own static here. I'm comparing a Savage Raider who is progressing or has cleared P8 and comparing them to the rest of the player base. And if you compare them to the rest of the whole player base, they are really good players. Like, a lot of times where I see people like down on themselves or like kicking themselves for saying like, I keep fucking up Doom on DSR, or I just can't get a grip on Snakes 2 in P8S, or I'm struggling to do Predation on Uwu, right? You're not a bad player. You're a good player. Like, seriously. Like, if you are doing Savage level and Ultimate level content, you are a good player. And let me make this clear, for the people who don't, or rather the people who choose not to do that, that's okay too. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's your choice on how you want to play the game. If you want to test your skills, if you want to prove to yourself that you're a good player, do Savages and Ultimates. Like, the more the merrier, right? If we can get more talent in, and we can get more good players in, or people who have the potential to be good players, and get them in, brilliant. We'll have a better raiding community. But if you choose not to do that, for whatever reason, maybe you're disabled, or maybe you don't have time to do it, or maybe you're like... I'd say the only reason that's like kind of a little bit like iffy is if you're afraid to do Savage raids. Because to that... I'm being targeted by the dragon. Because to that, I say, like, don't be afraid to do it, just try it. But outside of that one reason, that one edge case, like, it's okay. If you choose not to do Savage raids, then don't do them. Like, you play the game how you want to. Sorry, I really went off on a tangent on this one.